South Africa's streaming landscape is shifting rapidly with new data from BB Media showing that MultiChoice's DStv Stream and ShowMax services are dominating the market, outpacing international giants like Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime Video. Well, Hanno Labuschagne, deputy editor at MyBroadband, joins us on the line now to share some insights. Hanno, a very good evening and good to have you with us on Power Business.
Good evening, Nosipho. It's great to be with you.
Yeah, so let's start then with the headline insights from the BB Media report. What does it say about how dominant then MultiChoice's DStv Stream and ShowMax have become in South Africa's streaming space?
Well, quite dominant, apparently. So according to BB Media's latest analysis of the market penetration of these video streaming services, DStv Stream has a 39% penetration in South African households, which is an astounding figure. It works out if you go take the General Household Survey's last data on the estimated number of households, it works out to about 7.41 million households. And that, at first, it sounds like a huge number, especially if you compare it to something like, say, the third most subscribed service, YouTube Premium, which we know allows you to watch ad-free YouTube, which is at 12% market penetration, and Netflix at 11%. It sounds like a big, big number. But if you look at DSTV's actual subscriber numbers, which was around 8.1 million in their last report, and I know it's been coming down a little bit, but 8.1 million is a big figure, and that's slightly higher than the DStv Stream figure. So I don't think it's completely outside the realm of possibility that they actually have this. And, I think a big part of it is just because DStv Stream is included with the DStv satellite packages, and a lot of people are also using the online functionality, the online side of it, with data prices declining in recent years and broadband penetration increasing. I think that's just where people are starting to consume it more and more.
So why do you think then DStv Stream has managed to outperform global players like Netflix and Disney Plus by such a wide margin, especially considering South Africa's increasing internet penetration and appetite for international content?
Yeah, so I just think DStv as a brand is so ingrained in South Africa, and a lot of its content is, like they call this, the hyperlocal strategy. It's really, really relevant to South African audiences. They're very good at, touching the right chords and, evoking emotion or getting the interest of South Africans. If you look at some of their live TV channels, a lot of the stuff they produce, it caters to a wide scope of the South African audience, and it's very specific to different parts of the South African population. So I think that's where they have a really, really good strength. And of course, DStv had this advantage of already having a big footprint by the time that Netflix launched. And when they enabled the online functionality, the online side of things, which was initially called DStv Now, they already had a bunch of people coming on board. So that's a big, big strength. And I think, of course, one of the other things is DStv has got some lower cost options as well, whereas Netflix is sort of more expensive. But the big thing is that they've got the satellite bouquet as well, and people who don't necessarily have internet or uncapped internet connections can also use DStv. And where you can't use Netflix at all without internet connection. You have to consume data all the time. So the DStv Stream users may be less frequent users, the average user of DStv Stream, than the average Netflix user uses their Netflix subscription.
Now, Hanno, cord cutting is growing. That's a growing trend globally, with traditional pay TV subscriptions on the decline. Then how will MultiChoice managing this transition toward a streaming-first future?
Yeah, well, we've seen them pour billions and billions of rand into their ShowMax 2.0, their new revamped service, and I think they've still got big plans for that. They've had some success in that area. I think ShowMax also benefits from the fact that DStv has got such a big footprint. We know that the DStv Premium subscribers get ShowMax included with their subscriptions, and then, of course, you've also got the compact subscribers that get discounts on that. So, yeah, no, definitely they're pivoting more towards that. We recently saw them in the past few years increasingly focus on their streaming-only subscriptions, which is DStv Stream without satellite. And some of the pricing on that is really, like, I know people, I myself, people like to complain about DStv prices, but if you actually look at that and you compare it with what's available overseas, it's really a good deal. In particular, when you look at the live sports offering, I mean, they've got a contract package now for 699 Rand per month with 2 streams, and then you've got ShowMax included in that price. So the effective price is closer to around 600 Rand with all the live sports channels. And that might be out of reach for a majority of the population, but there's many people who I think who can afford that. And it's much cheaper than DSTV's main satellite offering. So I think the strategy is now that broadband penetration has started growing in South Africa. We're seeing a shift in the market where fiber operators are now focusing on lower income households as well. I think it makes sense at this point in time for MultiChoice to increasingly focus on that as a key area, a potential area of growth. They're seeing the writing is on the wall, because globally it's happening all over, where people are moving away from traditional pay TV services and to video streaming services. They're certainly not the only one that's lost some subscribers in that area.
All right, Hanno, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for taking us through that conversation.
Big pleasure. Thank you very much.
All right, that was Hanno Labuschagne there, Deputy Editor at MyBroadband, taking us through that conversation. DStv and ShowMax dominating YouTube and Netflix in South Africa. 14 minutes now, past 7 o'clock.